seeing. Can you check it
I
in Twitch?
will.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
I mean, we should be live on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter is what it will be. What we'll keep calling it.
The expert thing.
Yeah. All right. So we are.
And are we visible and audible?
We're visible and audible on
Wow,
Twitch. Look at that. And
amazing.
this is where everything goes wrong.
Yeah. So,
So yeah. Hi everyone. Thank you
hello.
for joining. We're back with our restream setup, and back for another episode of Retro Gaming. So the first two that we did, the first one was Rome Pathway to Power.
Hello, correct.
Yeah, that was in October, something like that. And then the second one that we did was Herc's
Hertz.
Adventures from 1996,
The
I think.
second half of the 90s, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think that was
Mhm.
1996. Pathway to Power was 1992, if I'm
Mhm.
not mistaken.
Yeah,
Um,
correct.
and so oh, it was 1997. I'm wrong. Herc's Adventures. 1 year off.
Really?
Today we're playing something new that that I have never played before, that David has played before, that he
Mhm.
is much more knowledgeable about than I. This is a game from 1994,
Mhm.
and this is called Wrath of the Gods. And I'll put the screen share thingy up so you can see it.
Mhm.
All right, David, thank you for joining. What can you tell us about uh, this game before we start?
Well, okay. There is a very polemic and always discussed concept in the video game world, which is the concept of serious games.
Hmm.
So if there has ever been a game which can be tagged, sorry, as diametrically the opposite of a serious game, today we are going to play it. This is Wrath
Hmm.
of Gods. Suffice to say that this video game was literally the only production of its development team, because actually, if anyone has ever heard about the company developing this game, kudos to you people, because this is literally their only title. It was called
Oh,
Luminaria, and
yeah.
a company created with a lot of ambition. That's only one game. Maybe after watching it today, you will understand a lot of things. But it's interesting because this game is complex and it's hard to understand. You will see why. But suffice to say that it is full of ideas and full of things that plain and simply didn't work, but some
Hmm.
others did work very well, as time would show afterwards. But I think that one of the best ways to start seeing what I mean with all these very cryptic references is to see it starting to unfold.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
without further
let's
ado,
jump right in.
let's see.
So please do let us
That's it.
know. So,
So one of the main dynamics in this game is that we have something called the Oracle.
mhm.
The idea is that if you use the Oracle, which is basically like a guide, you are losing points. And the ideal score of this game is 500 points
All right.
on that spirit. And every time you use the Oracle, you are losing points. So
Okay.
I think it's interesting to keep the Oracle on just to see how it goes, because I
Hmm.
mean we are not breaking.
Just hardcore gamers and everybody else. It's very dramatic.
Back before the age of darkness,
I'll put it a bit louder.
when the gods of Olympus held sway upon the earth and ruled the wine-dark sea,
Okay.
when the deities involved themselves in the affairs of humankind, and a mortal might aspire to be larger than life, a child was born to the
Mm.
princess of Mycenae.
Oh wow.
And how is my grandson today? Growing stronger, I perceive. Surely the father is some great hero. Why won't you tell me his name, my daughter? Be that as it may, the time has come to consult the Oracle of Delphi. It's not every day that a child is born into the royal house.
Within your lifetime, O High King of Mycenae, this child shall rule in your place.
Rule in my place? Never.
How many Oscars did this win?
From 5 to 6, if I remember well.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The poor babe.
Well, my
Okay.
boy, I've done all I can for you. I've raised you in the ways of beasts and men. Take this ring. It was in your blanket when I found you. And these gems might come in handy. Now it's time for you to make your way in the world. Venture forth. Find your true parents and prove yourself.
And,
This is the hero's path.
and that's basically the introduction.
Wow.
So, yeah, enjoy
So-
the shock.
Why am I thinking if Pasolini was an American game designer? Wow.
Okay, let's conclude on some things. This is probably the game farthest from the concept of stunning graphics, as you can see. Actually belongs to a very, very narrow window in the history of game development. In the 90s, when they were looking for the holy grail of realism or adaptation to realistic ideas in games, one of the trends was, what if we use real actors and we build them in, you know?
Yeah.
For very mysterious reasons, this tendency didn't last long.
I
But
wonder why.
yeah, I mean, no one knows. And you know, before the technological breakout in the early 2000s and so on, different ideas were pursued, just looking for how can we merge reality with games, and of course with the possibilities of the time. And in that moment, it was very obvious that there was a little budget problem finding real actors to do real roles because you know it's really expensive to have actors working for you, and so they didn't really go to the triple A class actors in Hollywood, as you are going to discover here. And that's why I think this game, on one hand, really decided to embrace all these problems and not pretending to go in the serious way, but just the opposite. On the other hand, that gives us really marvelous things like probably the most chilling, slow, and relaxed hero in the history of epic tales. Just this is our hero, and I promise to you, this is one of the fastest motions that you are going to see him doing ever. He
Yeah,
goes like this. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna call it that we're gonna see skeleton warriors.
Um,
I'm gonna call it. Looking at this, I know there's gonna be skeleton warriors in this game.
you know, I think I have played through this game, apart from the original times in the late 90s, like 2 or 3 times just for the fun and because of classical reception reasons. And the 3 times very separated in time in between, I have never been able to remember all the elements in, and every time it has surprised me with the, oh, it's true this. It's really hard to see this game coming.
Is it because it's such a deep experience and expensive?
Yeah, I mean, the DLC are amazing.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Okay, let's put the cards on the table for this. This game has most of the features that you can expect in a standard game even today, but in the touchiest and kissiest way ever. This is the map, so to speak. Okay. The very map is a lot of spoilers just for you. And the
So I
very
didn't. So this is set in Boulder, Colorado. I see. But-
kind of.
Yeah.
The always forgotten province of Greece. So to speak.
Yeah.
And
All right.
essentially, I mean, it's a useless map because it's not really helpful. Because actually, the lack of geography in this game, because it's really difficult to make a geographical sense with this type of screens. Basically, it's really easy to get lost in this game, and sometimes it's disturbingly difficult to make your way. But that's part of the fun, because it's really impossible at some point to expect what's going to happen in the next corner, and that's part of the spirit. I mean, I think it's kind of logical that with these means and with these performances, this game went to the comic spirit. One of the designers and developers in this game is Mark Christiansen. Mark Christiansen was working here for the first time in a design, but years later, 1994, 3 years later, he will be one of the brains behind Monkey Island. And I
Mm,
think
okay.
watching this makes a lot of sense.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
On the other,
it's
oh,
yeah.
sorry,
Sorry, no, yeah, go
no,
ahead.
no, please go on.
No, I was just gonna say like it's interesting sometimes where you because we tend to think about game designers as like monolithic corporate cultures and companies, but you can quite often track like specific developments of mechanics or aesthetics and attach them to specific people involved in those designs. And I guess it's much easier or maybe not easier, but like more useful or transparent to do that in like the retro gaming setting where games were more attached to like specific people, I guess. Whereas nowadays, I mean, people still do it. There's this great book I can show you, I think, yeah, by Esther Wright on Rockstar
Mhm.
and American history. That's fantastic, and that she does a fantastic job of like looking at it from the perspective of like authorship and the design and stuff like that. But still, I think it's more apparent or transparent to do that with like games that are a bit older.
At least you can follow some kind of authorial thread in the
Mm,
90s still, before there were great topics that are hard to move or change. But
hmm
on the other hand, I guess that there was this concept of, well, it's an old fashioned concept of more money, less freedom, and the other way
mm,
around. However, here you can see a lot of experimentation in many branches, curiously enough, because I mean, it's not like I am defending this game as a really serious game, although
yeah,
everywhere is tagged as educative. Please
mm,
follow me for how
yeah.
not educative is this game. But all the common places and all the ABCs of Greek mythology are here, every single one. I
hmm
mean, here we come to the River Lena. By the way, the look
Oh.
tool is the less useful look tool in the world, but it's so funny because sometimes it's like everything is looks like, and everything is
hmm
looks like a forest, or looks like banks of Lerna, or looks like an old woman.
hmm
I cannot imagine how many hundreds of these references are written in the code of the game, because everywhere you point, you have a new crazy, looks like obvious thing.
hmm
Quite a hard work, I must say. But essentially, you get to, for example, to the typical dilemma story of the young, beautiful, old, ugly woman. Let's go for it.
hmm Also, this is the River Lerna, you said, so I wonder
Mhm.
what we're gonna
Oh,
find here.
please, kind hero. I'll reward you if you carry me across this river.
I am old and have no rewards to offer. But please carry me across.
I swear to you, you haven't watched anything in terms of performances yet. This is the
Just
early beginning.
for I am old.
In case you didn't notice.
Yeah.
And of course, we have to choose which one shall we carry.
Mm.
Hmm.
I'm gonna leave that up to you. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny to try it with the wrong option. The problem is that it really blocks a little bit the progression of the game. And for the purpose of education, I think we should go for the right choice here.
okay.
So let's carry the old woman. And
Whoops. Let's try that again.
Wait, what are we doing?
no, it's like
We,
that. I
we are
mean, a
climbing
lot
on the old woman.
a lot of dynamics in this game are designed so that you have to try 2 or 3 times, because the first ones are simply jokes. So you
Okay.
have to really play flexibly, really flexibly. And when
Okay. So you. Uh,
sorry,
so this is a deliberately comic game in
yeah.
that sense. Okay.
Yeah, I
It's
think that they really chose to try to get away from any hint of seriousness in this game, and
mm,
I think that saves the day, because if this game was trying to take itself seriously, that would be a disaster. The fact that
mm.
this game is a little bit cult is because of these things.
You have chosen well.
What the?
I am Hera, Queen of Heaven. I will be your patroness. We gods of Mount Olympus will follow your quest. If you meet with success, you will be granted a godly favor.
I don't know what is funnier in this game, when they try to perform for real, or when they don't take it
Mm,
seriously and just go
yeah.
berserker. And you will
Oh
have
wow.
examples. Something really interesting. This is kind of point and click game, but it's quite interactive. And sometimes it's really hard to imagine what is the interactive thing to interact with.
hmm
So, for example, this stick is supposed to have the layer work to tell you that you are able to interact, but it's really hard, especially with the contemporary eye, to see it. But it's
hmm
something that we can just grab, and it's ours. and that's my favorite grabbing sound in the world.
Yeah, well,
Sorry, just 1 second.
yeah, no, you have to take it in. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to swallow in this game. On the other hand, it's fascinating because they are using, well, please.
oh God,
And this is the way that you can cross a lake in this game. Because,
this is the ultimate odiate amo thing. I love this that I hate this.
I mean, who needs 300s when you have this thing?
Yeah, who needs photorealism?
Exactly.
I mean, to be fair, it
Uh-huh.
is like games and comedy scholars have noted that the more like games have increasingly grown realistic, but the more they became realistic, the less funny they became. Something like Assassin's Creed is not that funny necessarily, but something like uh let's say, yeah, like Goat Simulator, that's funny because it's not realistic at all. Like you could do whatever you want, and the graphics and the world is designed to look ridiculous. And I'm
Absolutely.
guessing the yeah, the way in which this is designed is a bit similar in that respect.
Actually, if we get back at the moment to, oh, it's true, we are blocked here, we have to turn around.
Hmm.
If we think about again about Herc's Adventures that we were
Hmm.
playing, or
Yeah, exactly.
Pathway to Power, there was a very clear trend in comedy and not really taking itself very seriously when it came to game designing in the 90s. It was very
Hmm.
dominant, actually, quite purposive. And nowadays, it's quite hard to find games that are not trying to take themselves seriously. I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just that the tendency for fun for the sake of it in games is quite disappearing in contrast with the 90s. I guess
Yeah,
the technological revolution had something to do with it.
I think games have also been maturing, and the fact that games are part of education programs now and stuff like that, and the fact that there's increasingly like this movement towards art games and stuff like that is different. And through like the old adage of video games should be fun and stuff like that, like that's they're it's still fun to play them, but it's not like their main quality anymore.
Yeah, it's true. And personally, I think there's some market there to explode because, I mean, at the end of the
Mm,
day, good comedy in games, as Monkey Island showed to us, is gold.
absolutely, yes.
I mean, potential is there.
So we have arrived at a shrine.
If you wish to leave an offering for the gods, I have one last honey cake. You might part with it for a gem.
This woman is the best performer in all the games. She's a great
For a
actress in contrast with it. Yeah.
for a gem.
Yeah, I mean, the centaur that raised us gave us 2 gems, and I just crumbled down a mountain while we were speaking, so there was a gem on the top.
Ah, you knew.
So it's kind of the coin here. And it's always funny to give them gems.
If you wish to understand the language of animals and insects, you must clean your ears.
And there she goes. And logically, so we take the cake and we put it
Oh,
on the base
wait.
of
So wait,
her.
so she's not gonna tell us how to understand animals? I thought she was
Oh,
building up to something. It was just
uh,
like, why did she say that?
serve the way, man, is the only way in this game. And then you grab the snake, logically so.
Hmm. Guess that.
You can understand me. Here's some advice. Put me down.
And that's our contact with gods, basically. I
I am lost for words.
um actually one of my favorite points about performances in this game is the fact that, oh no, sorry, it's very easy to lose your way in this game.
Mm.
Is the fact that our hero hardly ever opens his mouth.
Mm.
And I think it's because they noticed that he was so bad that they simply asked him to be there, be muscular, and walk.
Yeah.
And that's what they recorded. It's like, looks like some sheep, looks like a
Looks like
shepherd.
he's very perceptive.
Yeah, I mean, you never get tired of using that one.
What are you supposed to be? One of them apprentice heroes?
And that's it. We will come back here in the future because of reasons. I mean, no spoilers. Who knows about stereotypes in mythology?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mythological tropes that are being presented here with the the child being given away, and then the centaur raising him, and then the journey that they have to make.
Actually, this game, if anything else, is a melting pot of all the Greek mythology.
Yeah,
Needless to care about any kind of geographical or time references. All the big guys are going to show up one way or another.
yeah, that's what games very often do, and that's what
Mhm.
Richard Cole, who's been on the channel a couple of times, has talked about in relationship to this idea of mashup
Dark is
in
the wrath
games.
of the undying
Um,
Sorry.
gods,
I'll
plundering
you
the
know
mortals who would face their plagues.
I've shared the.
I'll guide you
Oh,
for a gem, but beware. The Hydra lurks ahead.
oh.
Yeah, sorry.
You
You
know,
were saying.
I've shared the link to that article in the chat here. And it's something that I've called in the dissertation that I've called mythological reenactment. In that, like video games, like mythological games, very often have you redo the same acts that mythic heroes have done. Like you have to kill Medusa, you have to kill the Minotaur, you have to slay Cyclopes and stuff like that. Even if those myths already happened. It's like weirdly speaking, like the story of Perseus and Medusa, but you have to kill Medusa. So it's like weird, but it's like a main form of how action is structured in games like these, I think, and apparently we're seeing here as well.
And I mean, at the end of the day, with the time possibilities of doing the same thing is what movies do. They take the elements that they like because it's convenient for their purposes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. Actually, you were mentioning the skeletons here. I mean, look at this
Oh, are there?
background. I'm sorry.
Oh no, wait. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just that the very marketing of this game, the original one, was saying that if you love Harryhausen,
Hmm.
Jason and the Argonauts, you will love this game and so on. That was a promotional trope. Most of these pictures are well, they look like the holiday pictures of some of the developers and digitalized for the occasion, but in general they are really resembling that kind of landscape,
Hmm.
intentionally quite so. I mean, it's ancient mythology but it's already in ruins, another big
Yeah,
trope up
true.
to a point. But that's the point, they are appealing to that kind of collective memory of mythology back in the 90s.
Greetings,
It's her
young
again.
wanderer.
She's everywhere.
Could I interest you in a little magic elixir? Guaranteed to prolong your life in combat. Only one gem.
How many gems is she gonna ask for?
Ooh, I don't think she has any limit. It's my favorite scammer.
You'd better use it soon. It's past its expiration date. But the price was right, eh? Look me up if you need a refill. I'll be heading back to the warehouse soon to stock up.
The Price is Right, A. Why does she reminds me of like the most prototypical Hogwarts teacher?
Yeah, exactly. It's like the first version of Mrs. McGonagall.
Yeah.
Okay, I am not going to run for the thing here because I think the whole scene in this field is worth watching top to bottom. So
Okay.
first we go, but there is it's one of the it's a very interesting piece here. Apart from the comedy, I am saying nothing, but I really believe that the guys developing this either had their very good deal of knowledge about classical mythology, or they
Mhm.
really did their homework. Because
Mhm.
sometimes the references to classical mythology are really obscure or really not shallow. But I
Mhm.
will spoil nothing. Yeah, I mean, if you can call it a spoiler in this game, that's what I mean.
I mean, to be fair, it is 30 years old.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
yeah, that's the city, and that's our first main aim. But before we
Mhm.
get there, we really need to collect some things. And
All
very much
right.
in the Monkey Island style, in this
Yeah.
game, in order to collect one thing that you have already passed by, you have to really make a complex trip. So,
Mhm.
and it's really fun to fool around because you find this kind of stores. How marvelous it is that it's in Latin letters.
Yeah, and it's just there.
Exactly, it's like the gates of
It
hell.
is 5 kilometers. By the way, I will
This
be right back. I'm just gonna turn on the light because
sure.
the sun is setting in Europe.
What a sentence. And I mean, if there is a reason to come to Hades, it's basically because we need to grab whatever we find, which in this case is a sledgehammer. So now we have one, and there he goes. I love the posing and acting of this guy. He didn't really give a damn. He just walked around as if just fresh from the shower.
All right.
Oh, no problem. I was
So
just commenting.
what did I miss?
Oh well, we got into Hades because sorry, that music is so disturbing. Basically, we grabbed a sledgehammer that was in a racket in Hades because that's why you get there,
Okay.
and it will have a purpose. So if yeah, here we are.
Oh
Now we
wait, so we
can.
made it to the other side of the. What
Yeah,
is this Hellblade again? We have to push the
there we go.
wood down.
Exactly. I mean, no nature. And this is our hero.
Whoa.
I mean, this guy beats Kratos any day, just
Oh,
climbing
I
and
mean,
moving around.
yeah. I mean, can he jump? That's a big difference.
I don't think I have. Well, maybe he does. I mean, it's surprisingly complex.
Mm.
Um, so, another thing, yes, the warehouse. The old lady mentioned a warehouse. Here it is.
Yeah.
And basically, this is the reason why we need a sledgehammer just to, well, you know, if you find a wall,
Oh my god.
there we go. I mean, warehouse is a funny word for the little stack of the old lady where she's
Wow.
producing the
Wait, what is
elixir.
that? Is that like? Yeah, those famous ancient Greek metal pipes.
Yeah, she's stealing the liquid for her customers, basically.
Mm.
And so we can take a couple of rows. And this was the what? Oh yeah, yeah. The elixir bath. Yeah, there is this great stereotype in video games saying that your inventory will grow to unexpected limits, and this game is a master of that because at some point it's so difficult to remember what you have and why did you take it that you simply grab stuff and go crazy again, Monkey Island style.
Yeah, true.
Hmm, there we go.
By the
So
way,
yeah.
do you know? So the backgrounds.
Mhm.
Do you know what pictures those are, or where those were taken?
Okay, some of them are really recognizable, like some real ruins of some
Mm.
ancient theater place, or actually we will recognize very easily in the future the Palace of Knossos and so on.
Hmm.
Theoretically, all of them correspond to Greek landscapes. At least that's what
Hmm.
they always used to mention in the old publications about the game. The magazines, paper magazines back in the
Yeah, yeah,
90s. But sometimes they really look like we need this kind of mountain texture, so we take the picture of a mountain and we texturize
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
But in general, the landscape seems to be very Mediterranean, very much the Greek countryside.
Yeah.
The olive trees and so on.
I mean, it looks like a Greek countryside before
Mhm.
yearly wildfires.
Yeah, it's not like they have taken some pictures of the Californian shoreline and they
No,
have
yeah,
merged it. No.
true.
Oh, this guy! I am going for the
Horrible
horrible
brigand.
brigand later. Yeah. Oh, this guy was the responsible for my worst playing experience with this game ever. So I am ignoring him as
Did
he
we
can
walk
do in
through
this
him?
game. Yeah, exactly.
He's a horrible brigand.
Exactly. You don't want to mess around with this
Yeah.
guy. So let's get back to the shepherd. Oh yeah, I love this field for reasons that you will understand in a minute. You see, some of the scenarios are clearly recognizable as some real Greek ruins.
Yeah, but like the background reminds me of like the Acro Corinth and
Mhm.
like, but probably not that exactly. But
Or maybe some picture taken in the whereabouts, or
yeah, true.
or taking some obscure Greek ruin and using it because the aesthetic.
Yeah, it looks very Peloponnese
Mhm.
like.
So, as a token of the logic of this game, basically what we have to do here is to raise that enormous boulder in the middle. And to do that, oh, don't
Raise
I
it,
have? Yeah, it will
just
explain
pick it up,
itself
or
now. Lever it up, more
oh
like.
yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, but I thought I had the stone. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the worst case scenario of this game when you forget something that you are supposed to have picked up because you have to get back.
I
Um,
have to say the weather is really changing.
yeah,
Between.
it's very Irish in that sense. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
four seasons in 24 hours.
Mm,
Again, a token of the means of the time. You are using real pictures as backgrounds, and if they have this record thing, you have to use them or nothing else. So,
yeah.
but that's the power of comedy in a video game. That's why I miss comedy much more in video games because with
Yeah.
comedy, all these things don't really matter. You buy the code,
True.
you know. Ah,
The thing is also like there's a clearly defined genre of comedy films, like there's comedy TV shows, but there isn't the same thing as like comedy video games. Like it doesn't really happen, and that's it. And you can, and so I think I've looked into this. Like if you go on Steam and you click like the comedy tag,
mhm,
the games that you find. Wait, let me try.
sure,
Um, let's see. Uh,
that's
comedy
okay.
tag. The games that you find if you do that are like South Park, Helldivers 2, apparently.
Helldivers, really?
VR Chat, Lego Batman 3, Borderlands 2, House Party, something like that. Like there's it's a bunch of different games, like totally accurate battle simulator, Undertale for some reason. I don't know if I would call Undertale a comedy game, but like
Really?
it's wildly different genres put together, and there's not like a real occurring through. And I think one of the main things that sets comedy in games apart from other non-comedy games is like, first of all, non-realist aesthetics, and second is like playing with otherwise well-defined game mechanics, or like wacky physics, like in Ghost Simulator, or like you know that one game that's called like QWOP, like QWOP, and you have to like it's a sprinter like at the Olympics, and but you have to move like each leg or part of the leg differently from each other, and like so it's very difficult to make a move, and it results in like this weird stupid scenarios. And so I think those are like the things that generally would like comprise a comedy game, although there's other like there's just funny jokes, for example, that can do it as well, but it's not something that is like as easily recognizable as, for example, a comedy movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
And
Sorry about that music.
and also
I,
I think comedy can easily fall flat as well, and that's might be why game designers might be less inclined to go into comedy that for an entire game, because it might perhaps fail. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you because at the end of the day, comedy is that kind of dynamic that is compatible with so many things. You can make dark comedy or you can make heroic comedy and so on. I mean, I think that the last games that embraced that comic spirit for real in a game were the Lego games, which
The Lego, yeah,
yeah,
but are
and
they actually comedy? It's
they are funny.
by
It's
the way,
like they,
which games which Lego games would you consider more comedic, before or after they started talking?
good point. That's a very good point. I mean, I really like what they did with the Star Wars, but it's more like gags than a really comic game all
You
through.
mean the old Lego Star Wars or the
Yeah,
recent one?
the
Yeah,
ones. The famous gag of the picture
yeah,
when he has
yeah,
to say "I'm your father" and all that.
yeah. Mm,
That comic spirit, which is not really incompatible with a good gaming experience, or Lord of the Rings, in which basically they are very accurately following the story in the movie. But actually, we were playing it with Kate.
mm,
But all the dynamics and interactions and the aesthetic are positively funny, and that
mm-hmm.
combines really well.
True. Yeah.
But I mean, maybe we cannot call it comic, or maybe we can call it like funny games, but that sounds like a redundancy because games are supposed to be funny or entertaining at least.
Yeah. True.
But I guess that at the end of the day, is that there has been very little exploration in the comic possibilities of game dynamics. There was a lot of work on the technological possibilities in the 90s, which of course are outdated nowadays. But with the modern technological possibilities, you see comedy in a very, very little
Hmm.
proportion. I mean, you can argue that some Rockstar games have a hint of comedy sometimes, though it's
Yeah,
not a dominant trait.
but that's also often satire.
Yeah, one-liners more than real comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, there was a book 2 years ago called "Video Games and Comedy."
Mhm.
I'll put a link to it in the chat. It's by Krista Bonella Rottergiapone and Tomasz Majkowski, Jaroslav Svelch, and it is a good book to see how comedy in games is not only representative, but also, represented, but also enacted by players, for example, with mods or, funny game breaks and stuff like that. So it's like how, games have their own forms of comedy that you maybe not find as easily in film, for example.
True. Actually, sometimes I think that it's piece well worked. I'm getting back to Monkey Island because it's probably the high peak referential of these things. When the possibilities are really worked for games and not thinking on the transposition of movie comic techniques, it's another level which is really enjoyable. The famous insults or fighting in Monkey Island is the kind of comedy format that you cannot copy or replicate anywhere else. It's just for games, and it's historical. It's legendary because of a good reason.
Absolutely.
Here, a lot of the comedy is about the berserker stupidly, impossibly automatically guessed dynamics of this game. Sorry, too many adverbs, but you will see what I mean. Basically, to lift this rock, if you try it first with your hands, essentially it's too heavy, but hey, performing is worth watching. There we go. He never runs.
You
ever
made
in his life.
a large detour.
Whoa, you're stronger than you look. Strength ain't everything.
Can you imagine the work of the audio designer of this game?
Yeah, I mean, he was either loving or hating his job.
I really hope he loved it.
Yeah.
I want to think. So another possibility, if you start trying to think logically here, is to use a branch to lever it up. But shall we do it? We are skipping some things. The branch will break because it's too heavy. So in a very beautiful memento to Isaac Newton, what you have to do here is take one rock, put it there, so you have a center for the scale, and then lever it up with a branch. And
it's a great day of voice acting work.
Perfectly reusable for other type of game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh. I wouldn't give you much for those sandals, but that's a fine-looking sword. Yeah, I couldn't figure it when that old guy buried it here a while back. That seemed like a funny place to be storing armaments.
So this sword is key to the unfolding of the plot. But yeah. The first time I played this game, I remember that I found it simply challenging because you have to really lose your mind down and assume, okay, why am I here? And that boulder looks like important. So what is the crazy thing that I may have to do? Otherwise, it's impossible to find a logic. So let's go giving a gem to this guy because he's really helping us. Well, let's see why he's helping us, apart from a great performance. Basically, we get into the swamp area, and if we want to cross it, we discover that there is a little light problem. This is literally the only moment in the whole game where animation is animation.
Yeah.
See those eyes.
What is happening?
Yeah. So
back so soon to pay the price. Only a fool makes the same mistake twice. The deal's the same. I'll guide you for a gem.
My goodness. I wonder where they are today.
Is that our last gem?
No, we have one more.
Oh, we have one more?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go before I chicken out.
I mean, and to think that Snow White had rotoscopy like 80 years before this game.
Yeah, true. I think Star Wars was, predates this by 15, no, more than 15 years. 17 years.
Well,
I mean, I don't know how to, but so there's no light for some reason, even though we just saw it lit, and then this one torch. Oh, okay. I'm not saying anything anymore.
Oh, sorry. I should have warned you. Yeah. Okay, I will fight her as soon as possible. So.
Oh yeah, we have our marvelous sword. All right. Does he know the trick though? No, he doesn't.
Sorry about the sound. One of the
No,
marvelous
no.
things of these games is that you cannot control the volume, so the setup
Yeah,
is a lie. It doesn't give you any option.
yeah, but we can. I moved it on the stream,
Thank
so
you so much. And
yeah.
we have to get back to the Hydra because our uncultivated hero here doesn't know why a Hydra is a Hydra, so basically that's no problem because our helpful torch guy is going to help us here.
Ah, okay, I see.
You see the point? Yeah, at some point it becomes crazily obvious
Okay, so
that.
that's interesting that knowledge of the myths does kind of help you,
Mhm.
I guess, in this case. Although there's basically like, yeah, there's no reason why you wouldn't talk to him. I guess if you pass them here.
Yeah, the controls here are not precisely user friendly.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, but
Oh, come on, why are you?
you have to be in front of him.
Not so easy because when you step on the
Yeah.
little island where he is, you go away. So, yeah, maybe because sometimes you simply have to grab people.
Wait, that's not a quote.
Well, wait for it, but yeah. Okay, why are you? You're supposed to be helping me, man. Okay, and what about the background noises?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yeah, are
Yeah.
they?
Not that.
And of course, if you click on the wrong object, interact, they give you this very subtle message.
Mm,
Nope.
very subtle.
Yeah,
Nope.
Nope.
and that's all they have. So, okay, what am I supposed to give him more?
Not that. Nope.
Come on, he's simply going to follow me if I go back. I don't remember this. He's supposed to be following me.
What if
Bam.
we threaten him with the sword?
Um,
Theoretically, I'm not saying we should, but theoretically, can we kill NPCs with the sword?
the thing is that it demands that you are recurring to this guy because otherwise the Hydra kills you. Oh,
Oh,
actually, I'm stupid. Let's die for a moment.
that's what?
Well,
Let's die.
Yeah, follow me here.
Famous last words.
No, we cannot die.
Or do we have to like get the maximum of heads or something? Look at the tail as well.
Yeah, it's a pity. I guess that we.
Oh,
Could you use a little help over there?
Yeah, this is it.
I don't know, maybe.
Uh,
Oh, he's jumping.
so
Point.
let's kill the Hydra. Yeah.
But he knows the myths, apparently.
And you were complaining about. Oh yes.
50 bonus points.
Or
Look at that.
the soundtrack.
It's very dramatic. What did we pick up? Like, what is that? The thing?
It's basically.
Well done, young hero. The Olympians now grant you a password that will stand you in good stead.
A password.
The letter I, emblem of the hero's uprightness, and the letter O for the cycle of completion. Remember, I-O.
And she goes.
Something tells me that Hera wouldn't approve of a password being Io, but
Yeah.
I might be wrong. But
Um, why do you say it? I mean, you close-minded.
I don't know. But
Um, yeah. Now we have
wait,
this
huh?
unlocked.
How did we get here again?
Oh yeah, it's
We walked in a
basically
circle.
exactly when
Yeah.
you are done with a mission, the geography is circular and it forces you
Yeah,
to
that's
get back.
weird.
Fortunately, otherwise this would be impossible. Now we have the sword. Now we can go to probably my favorite scene in the whole game, and the bar is really high in this game. But
I mean, so we played Elden Ring 2 months back, but I don't think that game holds up any kind of difficulty to this. I think.
hey, you were complaining about the final bosses in Hellblade. Nothing compared with that Hydra.
Yeah, I mean,
So please don't miss any detail of the message in this, Zach.
all right, I'm excited. What?
Okay, and then you take the farmer seed
I,
of
wa- I was
dragon teeth.
I was wondering it's gonna be the bulls, right?
You take the seed back and you seed it on the tree on the field because that's why it's there. And as
Or
every
the dragon,
so,
yeah, yeah.
and from the dragon teeth you have
Oh no,
Spartans.
it's not gonna be horrible brigands. Okay, yeah, it's yeah, Spartans. Do we have to kill them?
Hey, dude. We can't fight if you don't have a blade.
So yes,
Like,
man, I have the blade.
hey,
Please,
dude.
man, God of War is nothing in comparison with this.
I mean, why does
Hey,
he?
wimp. What's your problem?
He is
And this
every
is
bully in every American high school movie ever. But then, there's seven of them.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
So yeah, sorry.
sorry.
No, go
No,
ahead.
no, go ahead, please. I
I
want
was
to
just
see.
gonna say, like, so I mean, at this point, I've looked into classics and games for 5 to 6 years or something like that, and this might easily be my favorite.
you know, that's that's one of the reasons why I really feel puzzled when I read even papers or analysis of this game of any sort, even in blogs, because there is an anonymous mention of this game as educative. So I always wonder how educative. How I mean, there is a real knowledge
Yeah,
of classical mythology and Greek antiquity here that is nothing like in the educative structure of the message. It's just the opposite. It's
yeah. I think so. Who says it is? It's like, is it a scholar, or was it like the people in, like you mentioned, video game magazine? Oh wait, there's more of them.
yeah.
Like video game magazines, or
I remember the first mention of that in hobby consoles in the 90s, but it's my memory. But it should be something like I don't. I think I have read papers on that, but
mm,
also blogs in mentioning the name of this game as a typical reference, sorry, to the educative version of classical reception in video games.
mm. Yeah, well,
So
I think part of that is also, you know, it has ancient content and it has ancient things, and so.
Hey, dude.
Oh wait,
We can't fight if you don't have a
sorry, I just
blade.
want to check if they are reactive.
yeah.
Sorry.
But, like, so it has ancient characters and stuff like that, so you can talk about that. But like, for example, with the Hydra that we just saw, it's not educational because it's because there is a Hydra, but you're supposed to know that it is a Hydra because it's nothing is explained there or something.
Hey, man. What'd you do that for?
That's all, folks.
And you get 25 points.
This is
So
this is like a student party or something. Hey, dude.
yeah, sometimes this game really gives me vibes of Monty Python's kind of silly
Mhm.
comedy, when the Romans fighting each other and so on. But this is the thing: if someone tagging this game as educational, it's really flexible in their tagging.
Mm. Oh wait, we have Bill in the chat, and he's saying, "I can't believe it. I've been looking for this game for years. I played this when I was a kid. I thought it was a fever dream. Well, here you are."
Yeah. Just 1 second. I lost my path to my scenes because we have to get there now. Now we have the blade. There we go.
It's a crazy FMV game about Greek mythology that requires you to already know tons to navigate it. Yeah, exactly. Like we were supposed to know about the Hydra and the fire that Hercules uses in order to beat them.
Or fool around, but yeah.
Yeah, or fool around. Yeah,
Mm.
I guess that's the
So
kind of difficulty that most games nowadays don't have anymore.
it's true.
This on Bill is asking if this is on Steam. I don't think it's on Steam. I think you're playing through an emulator.
Actually, not even that. There is an official website for this game. Actually, it's ratgame.com, and
Oh, all right.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
created officially by I guess, the owners of the copyright of the game, where they allow you to play for free. I mean, that's what I'm using here. I'm not even breaking any law or so. And actually, yeah, and actually, they include a little explanation before you start playing the game down below, which is interesting. I don't remember if they are already mentioning Harryhausen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm. I'm gonna.
So,
I see many people are joining us on Twitter as well, so I'm gonna put the link on the screen as well because
sure.
the link doesn't work
Come in.
to.
So here we are back home. I don't remember if... No, some banners, some food, the queen, the king. Yep. So basically, this is the first milestone in our adventure. Basically, we are back home with our grandfather and our mother, the ones that,
Mhm.
well, left us to die. And the idea is that we are supposed to go through a test.
What do you want?
But our mother is not really happy to see us.
Hail, hero. This banquet is in your honor. Please, take your seat.
Why is the one Greek fee a capital letter and the other one isn't? This is a sorority. This is Vibe Sci-Fi. I mean,
Pray, dear, bid the hero welcome.
Death to the imposter.
Yes, perhaps we'd better establish your credentials. Here's a simple test. Which of these banners bears the royal insignia?
okay. Now the sword.
And the poison, of course. So here we have a little split road. I don't mind to spoil it a little bit because it's interesting. On the one hand, we can choose the wrong option, so we drink the cup and we die, and that has interesting consequences. On the other hand, we can choose the right one and go on with the plot. So, any preference?
We can let the chat decide. We can have
life or death.
Do we take the right option or the wrong one? Which one do you think is more interesting?
I mean, I don't know. I am not really playing this game intending to finish it today, although it will be perfectly possible because it's quite easy to finish it in less than 2 hours, unless you are playing it from scratch, which probably will take you 3 days to go through the logic of this thing. But I think if we go for the dying thing, we are going to get addicted to die because you can die in very different ways and go to Hades to solve different riddles. So just for the sake of watching different scenarios, I'm choosing the right one. But I encourage everyone to go to this game just for the full of it and to try the different deaths. It's quite surprising sometimes.
You know what we can do is we can like when we stop later, we can like try a death out or something before we stop.
Okay, if there is one at hand, yeah, sure. Actually, for example, Karon's character here is surprisingly intriguing and say nothing. So we choose the right one.
Yeah.
Don't drink that.
So the king prevents us from dying.
You would seem to be the stranger spoken of in the omens, but something's amiss. When I was younger, my ambition knew no bounds. Prophesied to lose my kingdom, I abandoned my own grandchild. Then I grew weary and longed for an heir. An oracle said to bury my most prized possession. One day a hero would appear. He'd know the royal symbol, and he'd be carrying my sword. So here you are, as foretold. But you lack the sword.
No,
Do we
I
though?
don't. Exactly.
Can it be? Yes, the royal insignia. This is indeed a happy day. May the gods forgive my selfishness for wishing you to be my own flesh and blood. But of course, that's just a dream.
You know,
So how do we
except
continue?
for Captain Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that is the most joyous way anyone has ever said. This is the happy day.
Yeah, I mean, he's on the puzzle in his school.
Yeah, it's a
um,
stoicism in the flesh.
I mean,
This
this
is a
guy was,
happy day. All right,
yeah.
let's get on.
Oh, don't worry. I mean, Gothic cinema, if I've ever seen one.
Mm.
So, oh, sorry. So basically, we show him the ring, which makes a trick.
Child of my child, kneel before me. I now proclaim you king. If
King of what?
only Princess Dione were here to see this. But alas, she was carried away by that despicable tyrant, King Minos. She left this
Oh,
message for you, just in case.
My precious, my
My
lost,
precious.
my son, I thought I'd never see you. If you have need to come to me and prove who you might be, remember this, and pace it true, and step it carefully. As the season follows, beginning in the spring with its budding growth, so shall you proceed.
The kingdom is yours, though I'll keep an eye on it while you continue your adventuring. Farewell.
wait. So where he said she has a message for you? That's what he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
How? What is the? What did we just? What, the what? Huh? Is it
Yeah.
in the ring or something, or is it a hologram, or?
It was
Because
supposed to be the hair speaking through the paper he's unfolding, and it's the image of her speaking. I mean, they had tablets back then, you know. You know, if there is one game in the world which can leave you speechless,
Yeah,
that was it.
this is I used to think that the Oedipus dating sim that we played a couple of years ago was one of the most, you know, let's say outrageous ones, but this is putting that one to shame.
There is always a bigger fish. Yeah.
There's always, yeah, and the
But
ring, and
basically,
then my precious. I mean, this is
yeah.
before the movies as well.
Oh well, way before,
Yeah.
almost a decade. Okay, this is probably one of the hardest pieces of game in my whole life because that message of her was a code for how to unlock the secret door in this sim.
Really?
Actually, in the early 90s, there were no guides available. Hell, there
Mm,
was no internet available. So basically, what she was saying is that you have to follow the path. The path is basically marked by these four colorful floor tiles, and the references to spring and so on is for the colors that you are supposed to step
okay.
on. But basically,
This
you
is
have
where we
to,
were born, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean, they are not wasting money in little things like scenarios, of course. So you do this combo. No, it's not the combo. That's the problem. Okay, so it was 1 second. It was this, this. No, it's this. And the noise just makes it worse. Just give me 1 second because I never remember
Or do you have
the
to step off of it first?
No, not really. It's just about the colors. It's like one
Mm,
color is like the, spring, and then autumn, winter, life, death, and all the cycle.
mm.
But I mean, first, I'm colorblind, which doesn't really make it easy in
Oh,
general.
okay. Yeah,
But second, I don't really remember the combo. I'm just checking the playthrough. One moment. Mm, okay, let's see. Uh-huh. Uh, Come on, guy. Is this this? Oh, okay, it's the other way around. So it's this, and this, and there we
yeah.
go.
Oh, wow. The Ark of the Covenant.
Of course, now we need the sack of sand, and yeah,
Yeah. Dr.
there we go.
Jones.
hmm And this is all we have to do in the palace. But basically, we have obtained the tiara, which will be significant, the crown, and the scroll.
Mm.
Yeah,
All well-known Greek artifacts from
of course. Yeah, the tiara.
famous tiara of Princess Dione.
This is it. This is all our business in, and the king has mysteriously disappeared because who cares?
I mean, he's not the king anymore. We are the king.
Yeah,
He's just a
technically,
guy now.
and basically, a tutorial on how to become a king without opening your mouth because this guy knows. But this seems like looks like some picture that someone has taken in the real room and just use it for
Hmm.
the edition and so on.
Yeah.
It's like on the one hand they had a very peculiar spirit of loyalty to the original material, though it's
Yeah.
the room. I always wonder how was the casting for this game.
I'm assuming it's just some local theater student
Yeah,
organization
kind of.
or something.
Yeah. That's why speaking with developers is important. Oh, this.
Absolutely, 100%. What is this?
Don't be shy. Dive in.
The water's fine.
And there we go.
You took the "don't be shy" quite literally. Hey, he's making sounds.
Yeah, precisely.
Stay forever and be my friend.
I mean, that did that.
That was it. He jumps in. Will you be my friend? And then he just goes.
What's the matter? Was it something I said?
Yes.
Kind of.
Just walks away. Oh, all
Okay,
right. Yes.
key to the logic.
We are in Athens. All of a sudden.
Yeah,
So those were the famous pools of the Parthenon.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
That's my point. The guys
Yeah.
doing this know their ways with ancient mythology. They are not just fooling around. They are
Yeah.
referencing to a lot of sometimes not so obvious or so trendy references in classical mythology.
But like this is like the Photoshop on this is like, I mean, this is not what the Acropolis looks like, obviously, with the grass and everything, but so they have reworked things quite substantially, which I guess in 1994 it was not as easy.
Hmm.
Oh wait, we're going back. Oh, we're getting away from the bees.
Wait.
Not the bees. She's just getting underneath the water. Is she a mermaid?
Actually, I'm not really sure if it's a name for just the
Mm.
lake girl or
You've come back to play with me.
Uh-oh.
so. Basically, that's the main point of this fun jacuzzi thing because it's
What's the matter? Was it something I said?
Again, yes.
yeah. I mean, why are you okay? So many questions. So
Mm.
and this way we get honey, which is the ultimate object. Well, wax, not the same. And for anyone kind of familiar with Greek mythology, you know why is wax useful.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So there we go. The drama of the music. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Oh wow.
You call that an offering?
You can offer things to Zeus here, and sometimes he doesn't like it, and that's that. And that's literally all the dynamic with this temple. Ain't it marvelous?
It's yeah. That's one of the many words I would use to describe.
Yeah,
Okay, if we don't get skeleton warriors here, this looks exactly like
yeah.
the film. What
And
in?
man, please don't get mad every time that Greek appears in this game because yeah, it has no logic.
But it, yeah,
Actually, my favorite part is that if you go for the view tool, looks like an alphabet block. That's the definition.
yeah, that.
I knew it was worth playing this game.
Mm.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets really Monty Pythonian when
Yeah,
like in Square Table when they go to the middle of this moor thing.
looks like a man.
Yeah, that's a
You
commentary.
don't say.
Run for it, the Chimera!
Run for it, said the guy who was obviously standing there still.
Waiting for us to be
Yeah.
won. Ah, die, you
Wow.
beast! Die, you beast!
I wonder what Ray
Don't
Harryhausen
have
would
not
think of this
touched
movie. Oh no, we died.
and
Where? Oh, Sisyphus.
Say, do me a favor, will you? Roll this boulder to the top of the hill.
Just once.
yeah, please. I mean, not a big deal.
Hey, there's an entire group of games where you do exactly just this and push the boulder upwards and see it fall down, and this is refreshing. Uh oh.
Yeah, who will see it coming?
I did not expect that to happen.
Never let it be said that Sisyphus does not return a favor. You'll never beat the Chimera without the winged horse Pegasus.
Basically, this is the idea. Every time that you die and you get to Hades, you get to meet someone who's giving you some clue on how to get over the thing that killed you beforehand. And I cannot tell you which one is my favorite. Just because I have never been able to tell to anyone who understands the hubris in this, it took me days originally to discover that you basically do. Games have evolved.
Games have evolved
Yeah.
for the better,
Uh,
and also for
okay.
the worse.
I mean, yeah, for the better. No one
There's
can
like,
discuss it.
yeah, but there's like this idea of like just innocent, uncontrolled fun in this, which
Yeah.
I think is indicative of an era I think we all wish we could go back to.
More than that, at least the
It's different.
simple, stupid, innocent happiness of fooling around that nowadays is possible with games, but not in this way, in this very
Yeah,
teenager
no.
spirit.
I mean, games are products nowadays. They aren't, are most of them.
Surprised to find Hercules in Hades? These are the Elysian Fields, where the cool guys go when they trade.
All my career
Oh
I
boy,
built that. I never had the chance. But man,
where the cool guys go to die. I mean, who needs Hades, the game, right? I mean, this is the Elysian Fields where the cool guys go to die.
and,
Well, I guess that was educational.
I mean, oh, this too. I know this.
Jason and the Argonauts. Ha! You couldn't kill a gnat with that thing. Yeah, your mother wears Spartan army boots.
What?
This is Jason and this is Perseus, and they are just solving their little thing.
I mean, they're obvious the same actor, aren't they?
They sing my praises. All
Okay, they're not.
For I brought back the golden fleece. If you duplicate my feat, the fearsome dragon you must beat.
When did he become a poet?
Never. Actually, never.
We should just take it. Take it.
Then you see the Monkey Island spirit when you just grab the stone from the bottom of the water and just walk
We
away.
just walked over to him. Oh no! Wait.
Hey, kid.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hey,
Also
dude.
have to interact.
There's something that you really ought to know about your... Well, about your... mother? Or father. That is... I was... Well, I'm really not supposed to tell you about this. Let's just say you're shaping up to be a real chip off the old block.
As written in the holy text.
This is the most 90s US thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another piece of this. It's a product of its time.
This
Uh,
this is incredible.
oh, it's true. We are
Where are the book volumes on this?
exactly. Yeah, and it's surprising that there is no more analysis on this, even if it's just
Let's see.
for the many complex layers that there are here.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, right? We're always looking into newer games, and because we think those are the most
Yeah.
topical ones or like the most relevant ones. But let's see, who wrote on this? Yeah, I don't see that much.
Hmm. Don't I have the torch yet?
Let's see.
I don't know. I
Did
can.
you cover it in your chapters?
Not much. I mean, it's really hard to set in some kind of analytical framework. It's like,
Yeah,
how do you tackle it?
I can't. Uh,
Um,
did I
well,
find
Sisyphus is right.
on it?
Oh, it's true because of the yeah.
No. I so I typed in Wrath of the Gods game in Google Scholar, and literally the first thing I find is this MA thesis on Dark Souls.
I mean, this guy has it's self-interactive. I can't remember. I mean, a lot of the conversations in this game are lost in memory for kind of obvious reasons.
Your audio has become a bit
Yeah, and the game is
muted.
getting closer. Here, give me 1 second. I'm closing some Chrome tab. Oh, are you able to listen to me?
Oh, I see multiple. Are we gonna lose a lot of progress?
It's true. I should have saved the game. Give me a second. Now, oh, can you see the game? I just mine's gone
I
black.
see like lines. Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
Oh,
So
this
now
is.
it's
I mean, to be fair, this is the accurate '90s experience of gaming.
yeah, exactly. This is how it used to be.
Can you take out the disc and blow on it?
I should have saved game a little bit more. I am just reconstructing the. Yep, I am repainting the screen, but I don't know if it's going to be interactive anymore.
But like your audio has started to sound a bit like you're underwater.
No wonder. I don't know what is exactly happening because I am checking CPU and it's good, and memory is good. So, okay, can you see the
Oh,
the?
now it's much better. Your audio is
Yeah.
much better again. Yeah.
Okay, I'm every time I was moving the mouse, it was repainting the
Yeah.
screen, and yeah, something that used to happen with Windows a lot in the old times.
Mhm.
And this is giving us the opportunity to save the game. So, oh yeah, this is very beautiful. If you wanted to do
Personal code is cake.
yeah, 456. Yeah, they give you a code. If you don't type it, you cannot load your own game.
So wait, technically, could I type it and then join your game now? I mean, start from this point in your game.
I guess so. Yeah, I have never shared it with anyone because there was never
Yeah.
anyone interested. But yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and it's cool. It's running well.
Now it's doing the now the audio is like muffled again.
Okay, then I'm gonna refresh this.
Did you write down? I mean, we can. I think I know what the code was. Yeah.
Okay, I guess now you're watching the beginning of the game again.
Yeah.
And
Now your audio is
like
fine
that.
again. So
Oh
we
no.
can.
No. That's a good thing that it's in a website. You can simply
Yeah.
press F5
That's
and get back to the beginning.
resume.
And
Yeah.
again, and there we go. And cross our fingers. It's going good now.
Yeah. Can you say something again? Just to
Sure.
test.
Can you hear me now?
It's not.
Why? I mean,
It's you're audible, and I think it would just it used to be better, but I mean you're understandable.
come on. It's a game demanding for my computer. It's kind of.
But it might be like some. What if you? So you know the code, right? What if you close the tab and reopen it?
I'll go for it. Sure.
I mean, or would that make you lose everything?
Sure.
It was
Yeah.
like. Oh wait, yeah.
Yeah, because now it disappears and I have to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will share the screen. Just 1 second. I mean, the first time that we have technical issues here, I am really baffled that we have them with this game.
No, but it's. I don't think it's. doesn't surprise me that much because it's a very old game, so it might be, yeah, maybe have some trouble. Can you say something? Just,
Hi there, can you hear me?
yeah, just to keep talking so we can see if the
Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and can you hear me well now that I am with Hercules? Um,
yeah, there
what
is
am I
like a
doing?
drop in quality, but I think I'll turn the game down a little bit and I'll turn you up in audio, and then I think that will help.
Weird.
You say something?
Yeah, can you hear me well? I mean, you don't want to miss my barbecue voice, but can you hear me well?
Not
Not really?
yeah, we can hear you, we can understand you. It's just not the best, but it's fine.
It's kind of like some breath or something like that.
It's like you're kind of underwater or something.
I
Like,
am good.
but it was fine when you closed the tab and then when you reopened it. But it's weird because it's the first time it's done this. I mean, it's not just me, right?
Okay, let me try a crazy theory. I mean, maybe, okay, probably it's wrong, but check. Has it changed now? Is it different right now?
It is a bit.
Okay, I think it's not underwater. I think it's because there is this very peculiar background sound music in this
Oh,
very
okay.
place. And it's getting into recognizing my voice here.
Yeah. So yeah, it will progress further, and we'll see. But it should
Yeah.
be fine, I guess. Then.
Okay, hopefully, when we get back to silence, we will test it.
If, in the pride and vaunting of your conquering heart, you aspire to be a hero, you gotta eat your vegetables.
Oh no.
I mean, just why not?
They're just messing with us.
Try something else.
Uh,
Nope. Not that.
okay, I am
Not that.
that I don't really
That?
how to unlock my things here. Okay, oh, maybe it's an opportunity to check the Oracle because we haven't seen her so far.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
one of the options in our menu here is the Oracle.
Yeah.
This, and if we click it,
You are wise to consult the Oracle, ineffable font of mystic advice. But it'll cost you 5 points for each hint. Rumor has it that you can get the hints for free in info, but you gotta dig for them. So why bother when you've got a mystic pal like me?
this is our Oracle.
This is well.
So basically, asking her for advice takes us points, and ideally, you are supposed to go through the logic of the game
Yeah.
without consuming it.
By the way,
Actually,
your audio is fine again now, so you're right.
yeah, it was the background noise. So
No, no, it's
everything can happen with this game. Interestingly, and very much in the Oracle spirit, her answers are not really helpful until you finally understand what she was mentioning. But, you know, for example, free and only hint, don't be shy. Talk to Hercules, and you might just want to stop back by and talk with him again from time to time. It can get lonely here in Hades.
Yeah, especially if you have to eat all your vegetables.
Eh,
I mean,
and I mean, but who can resist this advice?
If,
yeah.
in the pride and vaunting of your conquering heart, you aspire to be a hero, you gotta eat your vegetables.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a different message here and there. So before we get crazy with this marvelous audio quality, I'm just moving away, taking my steps away from here. But I don't get it because I am supposed to be able to. This way is this way? Am I ignoring it? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So this way, if I remember well. So this is the way that you get away from Hades.
That was easier than expected.
Yeah, I mean.
Where are we now?
I mean, that's a question without answer at any point in this game.
We are in the world of Zorro.
Or oh yes, or but our favorite character is that.
Oh no.
Hello again, remember me? Oh, there was no feature in Elixir. I'm in a new line now. Wanna buy some nice seasoned firewood? Only 2 gems.
She always has what we need.
Asking for a lot of gems.
Yeah, of course.
I don't trust her.
I mean, she's basically made not to be trusted, but she always has suspiciously what we need, which is a carrot in this case.
She's gonna turn out to be like Medusa or something.
Or Loki, if this was 21st century.
He's Loki. Yeah, yeah, true.
Oh, this cave, yeah.
Sure, what could go wrong?
Probably the most Monty Pythonian part of the game.
Wow.
Hmm.
Okay.
Let's go to the graces.
The gray eye, or what's the English pronunciation? Oh,
Come on, sorry, I clicked too much.
We three Grey have it in our
gray.
power to bestow a hero's gift. But we wouldn't think of it on one so unworthy. He took it! He took it! He took the eyeball! What now?
That is obviously a repurposed baseball.
Which gift? Let him choose. Oh, very well. Do you want a ball? Or a club?
And logically so.
Yeah.
Back the eyeball and leave us alone.
Are we gonna? Now we can actually play baseball.
Or we'll invoke the curse of the Furies.
It's even more basic and silly.
What do you want? You were just here. Go away.
No, we cannot do it this soon. But basically, later we can come back and exactly do the same thing just to get the bow.
Oh, nice.
And not yet. And no, that's not a spoiler. We aren't even. I don't think we are. Well, close to 50% through.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even reached Crete yet.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to be going to Minos.
Yeah, but I mean, we have work to do. I mean, what is a classic antiquity game without an arena?
Obviously, those famous Greek gladiator arenas.
Yeah, you know. You're gonna love this guy.
I don't think so.
And now the defending champion, Periphetes.
All right. So another Herculean character.
Take on the champ? Say, you look like a contender.
No wait,
Could
Theseus
I
character.
interest you in a little sport? The prize is fabulous.
We're gonna take his club.
How about that? A new champion. Theseus himself couldn't have done better. Here's your prize, a fabulous lump of lead.
Huh?
What, you were expecting gold? You greedy newfangled upstart heroes. Why, when I was a boy, a lump of lead was a big deal.
I mean,
huh?
You know, it is such a pity that there are no something like retro gifts because this guy is a mine of gold.
Huh?
Oh yeah, these guys, the dragon chariot. Yeah, I mean,
Does
we are
it really though?
It's very interesting because these guys here with the dragon and the chariot are virtually useless in the game. They are just decorative.
They don't do anything?
Not too much. Actually, you can play all through without interacting with them if you want. I'm just fooling around.
Argos local boarding in 30 minutes, making all stops. Corinth, Mycenae, Tiryns, Epidaurus.
See, that's interesting too, because they're, a part of comedy and the ancient world, or comedy and mythology drives or derives from features of anachronism. And like things that are obviously like wrong, or like Greek gods talking about like contemporary issues or contemporary things, or like in Stray Gods when Athena says, "Oh, Olympus has Wi-Fi," for example. But that's interesting because that's something that the ancient Greeks already did themselves. Greek comedians, they repurposed mythological characters in very for them contemporary settings, like 5th century Athens, for example. And so we see that here. So that's something that I think is often found in like these mythological inspired comedies. This idea of ancient characters with modern sensibilities, or aware of modern issues or modern topics, or phenomena. I think in Immortals Phoenix Rising as well, like the Ares talked about tracking something down via Amazon, and then he obviously like he refers to like the Amazons, but for us that means something entirely else. And so that's it is common recurring trope or element, I think.
I guess it has some logic because at the end of the day, mythology is an ecosystem of references. It's not that it really has a thread. It has a lot of
Hmm.
stories and a lot of common places and a lot of iconicity. So they are. It is very open to play with and to fool around. It's very flexible to adapt to any type of additional content like contemporary or comedy or epic. It's a little bit like the Far West or so. It's an ecosystem of reference so rich that you can really fool around with them, whether seriously, comically, or to generate new readings of the old stories, because it's not
Hmm.
really like a rigid canon, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly. And it is malleable and by definition almost.
Where to?
Where are we going? Wait,
Well, we can go
Release,
nowhere if we want, but this is all the options.
Orchis, Pilos, Caledon, and Mantinea. Okay, Mantinea. I couldn't read
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. Where are we going? None of them.
Uh,
Oh God.
I knew you will like it. So,
Do I like it?
well, I mean,
I
can you tell
love
me
it.
what is the verb defining your feeling?
Can I? I'm sorry.
I mean, will you be able to describe your feelings about this game in just one word?
Amazed.
Good point. Very good point.
Yeah.
No, I just want to show you. I mean, basically, you were talking about anachronisms and playing with the present. I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
so I guess we're Apple.
Oh,
And
it's
then
true. Never thought about it. It's true. Well, some of the elements are really recognizable, like
no, no, but I mean, like it says Hesperity. So here we have an apple. Then we have the Minoan. I don't know the
yeah,
word for that. Like the decoration thing.
yes, or the alchemy thing. Yes.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just to show you that they are playing with this kind of transport thing. In case you have gems, I don't know if we still have one.
No,
Nope.
the old lady took them all.
I mean, she's my favorite, of course. But this is one of the many resources of the game. I am not even exploding all the options in the game in terms of in crazy interaction, but yeah, this is just one of them.
Oh wait,
Basically,
no, wait, no, okay, now I get it. So the dragon is a plane. Okay,
exactly, that's the airlines. Yep.
Dragon Airlines.
So go where you want. But I mean, it's way funnier to put those puts on the ground in this game for obvious reasons.
Mm.
But yeah, that's kind of the fast travel ish
That's a
thing.
fast travel mechanic.
You have to pay for it, and sometimes it has some kind of interaction in the game if you want, but you can perfectly ignore them
Mm.
if you want. Here we are back in the moors.
The Gorga
Oh,
Medusa yonder waits for any who would tempt their fate. Gaze not into her eyes, nor talk, lest you be changed to solid rock. And don't forget when deed is done, leave with haste, be seen by none.
just for introductions, so you can see. Oh, can we see Medusa? Ah, yeah, there she is. Well,
Okay,
here.
Harry how? Wait.
The schedule of Hermes, messenger of the gods, is much too full to play nursemaid.
He's wearing aluminum
Come
foil.
across Medusa again, you'd better be
Yeah,
prepared.
it is.
Or else. Here, take this. It's the thigh bone of an ox, wrapped in fat.
It's the most random thing ever. He just happened to have that on him.
um, some At some point you simply embrace the illogic of this, but tell me that you don't love it. Oh
Uh,
no. Yeah, you. Sorry, I interrupted.
no, no, yeah. So where's Medusa now? Can we?
Oh yeah, I mean we cannot defeat her yet. We need the proper elements, and that's why we have the bone. It's just helping us in our in our path.
All right.
I'm just trying to compress things here because I'm taking a look at the clock. But time flies with this game. I promise.
Yeah. So does the airplane.
Precisely the dragon one. I mean, shall we have gems? Maybe it should have been interesting to try it. But the old lady always has a nice thing, like the carrot. Did you ever pull the saxon?
I mean, are we So a carrot is 1 gem. That's pretty expensive.
Well, you know, in this economy,
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying.
precisely. Yeah. Is this where we came from? Yeah. So let's try the one to the north.
Well,
This is
do
probably
we
the
need
most.
do we need to die again and walk just casually walk over to Perseus and just take his weapon and leave to kill Medusa?
Um,
Oh, here we are.
I love this thing. Looks like Hero the Centaur, of course.
Oh, that's a centaur.
Well, my pupil, we meet again. Rumors have reached me of your success. I'm glad you've learned to use your wits as well as your strength. Your parents would be proud. There's one final skill I can teach you. But first, you must prove yourself by bringing me a single golden apple.
It's gonna be archery, right? That's gonna teach.
Wow, yes, man, you are good. Do you know anything about mythology? Exactly, that's the idea. But the petal is the golden
The
apple
apple.
and so
Yeah.
on. So you see, it's
Do
like
we need
they are
to take the
intermingling all them.
Do we need to take the plane then? I guess. Or we can
Uh,
walk there as well. Yeah.
yeah, there are options here. There are always options. We don't have gems, but hey, don't fall in despair.
Oh, that you're an hour and a half too late for that.
Yeah, the first 3 seconds just.
Yeah.
You know, this is precisely the reason I didn't want to say a word about this game.
No,
It's hard
that's
to
yeah.
explain. You know, it's but I mean, this is my point. I'll just trying to get something like serious for a second. At the end of the day, this game looks really ridiculous, especially to a current eye, for many reasons. But I think the dominant one is the simple fact that you can see a human being there just showing up, and that is really out of place for the contemporary eye. In the oh yes, we haven't gone to Crete yet, so we cannot defeat the Cyclops. That is good too.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah,
as the mythology prescribes.
of course. I mean,
Yeah.
every cultivated person knows.
Yeah.
But let's talk to him just for the fun.
Oh, goody. Snack time for Cyclops.
Oh God.
I mean, if you people don't try this game after this streaming, you have no soul.
I mean, obviously, there's no way to realistic or like represent a Cyclops without falling into like an uncanny valley that type thing. But that that was incredible.
That's the thing. If you want to escape from the uncanny valley, run to the other side.
Mm,
Plain and simply. This is the other mean of transportation that we have.
the boat,
To
yeah,
enroll in a galley. Yep,
the historically accurate one
sure. Okay.
instead of the dragon chariot.
Welcome aboard the Argo, finest ship that ever sailed. Built with the help of the gods. They even installed a talking timber. Darn thing won't shut up.
Stop me if you've heard this one. Guy comes into a tailor shop holding a pair of pants. Tailor says, Euripides? Guy says, yeah, Eumenides.
See what I mean? Up ahead are the flashing rocks. You want to take her through?
I am speechless.
I mean, no wonder. It's exactly where you are supposed to be with it.
What? So that's where the Euripides Humanities joke comes from. That meme has been shared 1,000 times, and that's where this is where it's from.
Didn't want to spoil it. Yep.
Also, I need to know what these guys were smoking when they made this.
You see my point? It's really worth speaking with developers for a lot of reasons, and in this
Yeah.
game it's all the wrong ones. But come on, guys, please.
Who's your guy?
Yeah, we demand an explanation.
Try something else. Not that.
Yeah, I don't remember what is the thing. Basically, we have to throw something to keep the. Sorry for all the sentences.
You don't have to apologize for anything.
Hey, I am opening your eyes to wisdom.
Yeah, this is.
Try something else.
When you think that you knew about games.
You might have ruined games for me now. There's nothing will ever top this.
Hey, think about it this way. After this, no game is going to be that strange.
I mean, who needs Baldur's Gate 3?
Exactly. I mean, everything is like a repetition after this game.
Yeah.
No. Okay, maybe I don't have it yet, but I don't remember what is the thing. No. So, I'm sorry, we are not sailing yet, or maybe today, but basically we have to throw something to seize the bird, and so the closing rocks kill the bird, and so they open and we can pass through. But
Oh, okay.
I don't remember what's the item. Yeah, it's really easy to get lost with the inventory of this game. It's really quick when you start, you know.
Have you reached out to the developers by any chance?
Come again, sorry?
Have you reached out to the developers by any chance?
Oh, not really, but maybe it's now a labor of God to try it because, I mean,
I mean, if history is any indication, we might be reached out to. Uh,
oh no, we are back on track. Yeah.
that's the only place where there's music playing.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they apparently give you as a victory that you have discovered the city, but no, not really such a victory. Like a temple. He has the eye.
Looks like a temple.
So
I agree
maybe I
with
need
that.
to interact with the two elements. Thank you. Now, is it...
Do we ever get to see Zeus?
Oh yeah, actually that's why I was regretting so powerfully that I didn't die with the Hydra. I forgot that, but
Oh
basically
no,
when
wait.
you... Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah.
When you die with the Hydra, you meet Zeus very punctually. And I will say no more because please, people, experiment with this game. You were
Yeah,
saying?
but I assume Zeus is probably the one who is the on the cover art.
Was it Zeus or was the grandfather of the hero? Now I hesitate.
Where are the skeleton warriors? There's no way they put this in the game without skeleton warriors being there. I refuse to believe that.
I'm fairly slow, maybe. Okay, now, I mean, then checking the clock, I'm going back to square five, but basically to work with one of the most interesting deaths in the game, in my opinion.
Okay.
I promise people, we are not really... Okay, 1 second. Did we go that way? Yeah, I am...
We did, yeah. Didn't we?
I don't remember. I remember we tried this use. Yeah.
Oh.
No, we didn't.
Profane mortal, who dares approach...
Sorry.
Profane mortal, who dares approach these sacred precincts without an offering?
And the offering to Zeus was the bone? I think it was the bone, yeah.
Pitiful human, don't you know the first thing about divinity? You must purify yourself first.
Oh, of course.
Purify ourselves?
Yeah, for purifying, we need to go to the purifying waters, which is the other reason of why this jacuzzi is there. Yeah, exactly.
Stupid us, we don't know anything about divinity, I guess.
I mean, have you never read the book?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, but yeah. Who has it? Yeah.
Okay, so you're purified. You're still no fun.
Does she just perennially live under water? What is she? Who is she?
Hey, do you want to write a new dissertation? There you have a topic.
I'm considering writing a new chapter.
After this, everything is new.
No, I will add it in the revision stage somewhere. It has to be there. It's incomplete without obviously the best mythology game out there.
And the title can be "What Have We Been Doing All These Years, People?"
Wrath of the game industry.
Looks like a freeze. He's the intelligent man.
So this is a huge freeze.
I mean, proportions.
Groveling mortal, know ye that this temple is sacred to the deity of arts and war. Which Olympian do you invoke?
So, for the art of war, which divinity shall we invoke? Shall we say the guy who... Well, all of them have a gun now that I think about it. That, that's when you are rock. And basically you have to make the right choice, and that's the dynamic. It's quite interesting because...
Groveling mortal, know ye that this temple is sacred to the deity of arts and war. Which Olympian do you invoke?
Sorry, I clicked when I didn't want to. That's one of the little problems of hypersensitive games. So sorry. This is interesting because a lot of the tropes in this game are also connectable with classical peplums and classic
Yeah.
recetals.
Know ye that this temple is sacred to the deity of arts and war? Which Olympian do you invoke?
Hey, I click on the guys. Alright.
But it has kind of this peplum aesthetic, all things considered, like I don't know, like the wide open landscape and the toga like
Know
guy.
ye that this temple is sacred to the deity of arts and war? Which Olympian do you invoke?
Alright.
Okay. Athena Parthenos.
The very one.
When challenged to slay the Gorgon Medusa, never look that snake-haired hussy in the eye. Perhaps my shield can help, if you reflect upon it.
This is groundbreaking game technology.
Yeah, absolutely. I can imagine people in the 94 like, ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So now we can defeat Medusa with the classical style, no pun intended. But I think it's interesting to explore one more death just for the road. I mean,
should we kill her first and then die, or does it not matter?
It's just because it's very far away to get to one point and the other. And
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
This guy never runs.
We don't lose our stuff if we die.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, when you die, you don't really die. You just go somewhere else. You just Hades and the different places.
Yeah.
In that sense, it's very mythological, I mean, if you know what I mean.
That's right. Like with the underworld.
Yeah, exactly. It's like dying is not dying; it's just going somewhere else, and you can get back.
Yeah, it's kind of like what Herc's Adventures also did. And then it did tie that into like this permadeath mechanic.
I am Skyron, and these are my cliffs. I demand that you kneel down before me and wash my feet.
No.
So we could easily kill the guy, but it's really interesting to fail on it.
Oh. Oh god. That's like a race car sound effect. Alright, so it's Aaron.
Yeah.
And then like the shade.
Welcome to Hades, Kingdom of the Dead. Say, you look kind of healthy to be hanging around down here. Oh, no matter. That's Charon, the boatman over there. He'll take you across the river Styx if you've got the tool.
Am I allowed to guess who that is?
If you want to give us a...
Welcome to Hades, Kingdom of the Dead.
I'm sorry.
Say, you look kind of healthy to be hanging around down here. Oh, no matter. That's
Yeah, no,
Charon,
I don't
the
know.
boatman over there.
Yep.
He'll take you across the river Styx if you've
I was
got the
thinking
tool.
maybe Orpheus. Because, yeah, no.
I don't know if they go that accurate, although that's the best line of the whole thing.
This is Super Giants Hades. This is a Charon only sing.
You can make him say that as many times as you want, just in case you want to enjoy with the game. But yeah, we have to, of course, you guess what we need to pay for. Part of it is this. Okay. What about the amazing background sound?
I'm sorry? What about?
The amazing background sound of Hades.
Yeah, that's the whispering rocks. Like the blowing
Can
of
you imagine the sound technician next to the microphone going, ooh.
Yeah.
Now look what you made me do.
Hey, Taylor Swift.
Thank you, baby.
Look what you made me do.
Oh, wow, man. Already thinking in the way to write the sequel of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Wrath of the Gods, Taylor's version.
Who could see it coming?
Just that. This is the only thing we change.
And the rest is the same.
Yeah, the rest is the exact same. Only he moves slower
Oh, please, yes, let's annoy even more
for,
people.
for the mythological ambience.
Oh, yes, I want to do this because now we got the coin from the mouth of the dead woman. Which,
Okay.
again, tells a lot about how these people have read real mythology. They are not on the eyes or so on.
Yeah, but also like they had Periphetes in there earlier. Like that's a more niche reference, right?
Precisely. It's like some member of the team really knew about classical
Hmm.
mythology, and he was just saying things, every thing, and people were like, okay, we can use this and that for this.
Yeah.
No, 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 that won't do at all. Bad form, bad form.
I don't
We
know
don't
how many
speak.
times I hear that.
No, no, no.
So essentially, the thing, yeah, just because the noise of the river is so annoying. Cave, and here we have circular geography because basically one cave leads to the other,
Mm.
and that there is a point. This is probably the most interesting death I was mentioning before because there is an enormous load of classical or mythological references, sorry, all in a very simple scene because you have the Caron thing, the coin thing, the dead guy, and the shadowy or ghostly thing of dead people who haven't crossed the river, who have crossed the river, sorry, and so on.
Hmm.
It's like, again, the I don't want to say erudition or knowledge because this game is what it is, but there is a lot of real or really um, really conscious elements of really okay, not academic but real mythology invested here
Hmm.
for this game, which is actually something hard to understand from the current perspective because nowadays games are bragging about their very rich and very accurate and very
Hmm.
historical references for a very serious and a very conscious use like Assassin's Creed and so on. But
Yeah.
this game is using a lot of knowledge just for peace, fooling around spirit. There was a very big change from the 90s to the 2000s in so many things, and not only technology, it was also the way to approach the game.
Yeah, but at the same time, you said this is their only game that they made, so apparently didn't perform well enough to keep them in. Or who knows, there might have been other factors there as well. But
Probably so. I mean, I always suspected that the lack of success of this technique of fitting in real people in video games and making them an interactive character
yeah.
has something to do with the failure of this game. It was a very unfortunate attempt, worth trying. I mean, there was some logic there. Actually, there are games nowadays which are based on interaction with real people, which
Hmm.
actually is kind of a second line trend, but they are still producing titles, and some of them this very year. But of course, this didn't succeed at all.
Yeah, I mean, we did in Hellblade see like small pieces where there was like actual film footage of people like in reflections or something like that, or like superimposed. And I think we mentioned that when we saw those, and the chat was also talking about that. But you're right. I mean, it's but it breaks immersion in a certain like it's the paradox of immersion in a way, or of realism, is that it breaks once it gets actually realistic or
Mhm,
something,
exactly.
and that is something that plays into that, I think.
I mean, I don't think that we can be so high as to mention uncanny valley in this game, but there is some part of that in the sense that when you see a real person in such an unrealistic approach, comic or any other way, yeah, there is something in your brain that is not buying the code. As
Hmm.
simple as that.
No, true.
So yeah, it's. I mean, this game essentially, if this game had been simply an animated game with foolish characters or loony toon design things, it would have been basically a forefather of Monkey Island, plain and
Yeah,
simply. But the
true.
fact that you can see these very bad performances is all the time killing the I don't want to say narrative possibilities because this game, but you know
Hmm.
what I mean.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Sorry, I am just checking one thing because I don't remember where is the other coin. Hey, of course, you have to pay Karen. But basically, just in case I haven't made my point clear, what I am really trying to encourage people here is to go to the website and try this game and fool around because whether it's
Yeah.
instead of classical reception comedy or simply just to see how much games have changed in the twist of 20 years,
Hmm.
well, 30, hell, I hate time. Basically, it's really interesting to see the, the how different were the proposals back in the day, and sometimes how complex is the reason of a game that, of course, has nothing to do with a seriously taken approach, and no
Yeah.
one should expect that. That's why it's so baffling that they were talking about the Ducative in this game. The more and more you progress, the more you see really well known or well familiar with mythology references. But on the other hand, there is nothing in the Ducative speech here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So um, kind of bittersweet in all the analysis, whatever you say or whatever you do. Yeah, looks like Hades, of course. Sorry,
You don't
I,
say. Game.
the analysis of this guy.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, he's very perceptive. He's a very well-rounded character.
Yeah,
Not that.
well, I mean, he had almost the same lines of dialogue as King Wheat in the fourth installment, but on
That?
the other hand,
Mm.
Not that. That?
one,
Try something
Oh,
else.
oh.
sorry for the sentences.
Try something else. Try something else.
Didn't we get like a coin or
That?
something?
Yeah, we have, but it's not simply about the coin. It's that the coin has to be combined with something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Another coin.
this is the problem of playing without.
No, 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 that won't do at all. Bad form, bad
We need
form.
another coin.
If I remember well, yeah. And just get away from the river again because it's so annoying. Yes, there you go. Just I know it's just like somewhere hidden on Play's side or something like that. Uh, I don't even dare to say that I remember anything about this game because every crazy thing that you see is like, oh yeah, it's true, this thing. But it's not like you really remember it.
Yeah. No, but I mean, it's. I mean, games are longer than most movies and stuff like that, so it's tough to remember everything, single thing that happened.
Oh, by the way, it just struck me, and it's interesting for people who is exploring the game in the website, in the rothgame.com, don't simply leave it on the game because there is additional material by probably coordination with developers or by some
Oh,
really proactive people. But there's, for example, this link to a PDF. It's like a guidebook, script book,
I see.
or yeah. And it's really interesting because it has everything from the usual content of a guide for a
Oh,
game, just
wow.
telling you how to crack the
Mm.
different riddles and so on, up to the very script or some information that sometimes is kind of informative in mythological terms. So
Oh wait, on the website it says that so the company Luminaria didn't like it didn't disappear. It just changed to a different company.
oh, was it absorbed or something?
It's called MythWeb,
Oh
and
well,
so
actually that's the name of the company. The company name appeared at the very beginning of the game.
yeah.
So
So
did
it
they?
says so on the website it says it was released on CD-ROM 1994 by Maxis and Luminaria, the company that became MythWeb. And so if I go to the website of MythWeb, it says entertaining and authentic information about the heroes, gods, and monsters of Greek mythology. It's apparently the copyright is updated to 2024, so it looks like a very Web 2.0 type website, but it apparently is being updated. And I'll
Mhm.
put the link in the chat. So that's mythweb.com for those of you on Twitter. And let's see. So it's a list.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's like an
Unnecessary
encyclopedia
curves,
of
the
Greek
champ.
mythology,
Climb aboard.
Greek myths today. So it has like sections on Greek mythology and their relevance to today's world, and you can play the game on it as well. So it became something different. It's like another company. But and you can contact them. There's an email address on their website.
Oh, that's interesting.
Um,
Hmm.
and they're based in San Francisco.
Sorry,
Oh, we
that's the
made it out.
victory.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. It's just I have forgotten that it's not about giving the coin to Karen. You are supposed to put the coin in your mouth, then he understands that you are paying it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, again,
F1.
mythologically accurate.
Yeah.
I don't know how come that I had never seen that contact with Midweb and they changed the company. Probably it's just that I was so focused on the PDF of the book. But wow, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
no, I mean it's like this encyclopedia
Mhm.
thing. It's uh let's see if I can find other things. I don't think there's another thing on it,
No.
but so it has gods, heroes, Trojan War, encyclopedia, Greek mythology, browse. Oh wow, it's an A to Z encyclopedia of like A says Achaea, Acheron, Achilles,
Ooh.
Acrisius, Acropolis, Aeetes, Aegean Sea. Like oh, they have amazing pictures as well. By the way,
Really?
uh, but yeah,
Well,
so
no.
it is. You know what? Once we're finished, I'll just share my screen for a while. We can look it over.
I mean, we have been fooling around for 2 hours, and I guess that the main points about this game have already been made. Apart from the fact that we have seen close to, or maybe around 50%, but there is a whole adventuring creed involving, of course, the Minotaur. We still have to go through the Medusa thing, and there is still a boat trip, including sirens, to go through.
Mm.
So anyone crazy enough to be watching this streaming, please, I really encourage you, and not only for the joke, but I really encourage you to try this game, even just for for the spirit of what is going to come in the next one. It's really interesting. So, do you want to share your screen so you can show us the website?
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you're interested, so
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'll share.
Ooh.
You know what? Or you can actually share. I mean, you're on the website already. So
Oh, it's true. Yeah, I mean,
and it's
I
just
will. I have to stop sharing the one I'm
I don't think so. If you just I don't know. Like, what happens if you scroll down? Can you scroll down?
um,
Or is
am
that
I
a different web page?
am I doing it? Are you watching it?
No, it shows me the screen. I mean the game. So
Okay, I will stop sharing for a second and sharing the other one if it's good for you. Okay.
so maybe we can show the Wrath game website first.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
I'm
and
still
then
kind of my
yeah.
phone.
So that's what yeah.
So this is basically what you see when you start playing the game, and here's the extra content thing and so on. This is the Luminaria reference, hmm and this is the famous guidebook that I was talking about.
Can you show it?
Yeah, sure. Um,
Did that open in a different tab?
oh, aren't you watching it?
No, I'm still seeing the wrathgame.com.
Okay, probably it's because it opened in a different tab and
Yeah, no,
it's because
that's
of the Acrobat extension. Give me
well,
one
that's
second. Maybe no. Can I open it in here? No. Well, hmm. Do you mind if I just change to shared for a different tab in this
yeah,
screen?
sure, absolutely. Just go for it.
Actually, okay, no, one second. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, now I discovered the magic. So basically, it's a really complete guidebook, 112 pages,
Oh wow.
covering. Yeah, I mean, all the script is here, all the picturing of literally all the sections and different stages. Explain it, just kind of a script storytelling thing, but with explanations about, for example, shrines, and not simply as the stupid joke of the old woman and the snake. It's explaining some historical elements of shrines and
Look at
the
that.
history behind
Yeah.
them. Yeah, it's a really thorough work here. Really surprising.
This
You
is
know,
incredible. This is what more games should have and do.
I agree. I agree. I mean, there's
It'll
not
make
so
our
much
work
about
so much easier as well.
that too. And I mean, as a guide for just cracking the game is really complete and artwork. There is very little or close to zero about the development process. It's more about ancient content, but in to that respect, is enviable. I mean, I have seen very little compared to this.
Yeah.
And yeah, apart from the contact negative and support and
And then so on in the red paragraph thingy, it says the company that became MythWeb.
is this one
Yeah.
okay? Maybe it has. Are you watching it?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no. Okay, it's just that it's not interactive for me. I think
No,
it
it's
has
not yeah, so you have to
it's
go to a
built in.
different web
Yeah,
page.
but I had missed this completely. Probably I just focused on the yeah. That's my childish mind there. By the way, there is a whole playthrough of the game available to watch online
It's an
here.
entire
Just in
playthrough.
YouTube.
Wow.
Yep. I mean, these guys are just telling you have fun.
Yeah,
There's
no,
a
this
very
is
different spirit
great.
here. So again, this website is quite something, and if nothing else, the art in this book is quite interesting. And actually, where's the link to this other website that you were
So it's
talking
there's
about?
not a link. You just have to Google MythWeb, and it's
Oh,
mythweb.com basically.
okay, 1 second. Mythweb.com.
Uh,
Oh wow!
yeah, but we're not
Okay,
yet, so we're seeing it now. Yes.
here we are.
Yeah. Look at
Really?
that.
What the?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the access to the game. Yeah, but is this like the
Yeah.
oh what? And it's the whole story.
You want to get your mind blown? Go back to the main page and click on the encyclopedia, and then browse. Look.
What? I mean, what?
Look at the picture as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the style, the pose, the
Mhm.
attitude.
This is great.
Yeah, but it's I mean, even the phonetical explanation
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
yeah, and A to Z. You know, art, yes, classic art references. Not too much in J for Greek mythology. I see. Wow.
This is
I mean,
incredible, right?
it, it, I mean, I'm not comparing it to a textbook, but it's as
Yeah.
much as you can get coming from a video game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know what they do as a company.
I mean, okay, do they explain anything in the
It's just the
with
site is
like
devoted to, it says, and
contact is
but
yes,
it does say like all text and images are copyright 2024. So, I mean, so they obviously they had to go in and change it. So they are actively. I mean, it's not like an abandoned website.
yeah. Actually, it doesn't look. I mean, it's not like state of the art, but it's not like some website that you they forgot in 2001 or something like that.
No, exactly. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's like I said, it's like Web 2.0 type
Exactly.
website, but it's not like
This is so
abandoned.
curious. Greek myths
So
in
what does
our
it say?
language.
It's
Okay.
the free
Oh,
Greek. Oh
sorry.
no, 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 go ahead. This is the
No,
free Greek mythology game from the makers of MythWeb. Take the role from here. Core action characters that match words against it.
I cannot believe I'm discovering this now.
Yeah.
Just 1 second, because that was like.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was to teach a mythology class to small children, I would use this.
Yeah. I mean, and the gifts are, they're
Pretty cool.
nice.
Is this their own art creation?
I don't. I mean, they might be. It did say all text and illustrations are copyright MythWeb.
So yeah, who's these people? Okay, sources. Oh,
Yeah.
primary sources and
Yeah. Oh wait.
Mark
Illustration from
Fiore.
Mark Fiore.
Okay,
Mark is a
okay.
political cartoonist of note.
It's by Gordon Dean. Who is these people?
Oh wait,
Sorry,
it did
I'm
say.
sorry.
No, wait. Stories are retold from it by Joel Skidmore, who has been interested in mythology and the kindergarten teacher explained the flying horse symbol in the gas station. Joel studied English literature in college and has since worked as a newspaper locomotive engineer, writer, editor, and game designer. With Jeff Kretcher, he co-designed the Greek mythology adventure game Wrath of the God. Okay, so we know the names of the developers now. So Jeff
Yeah,
Kretcher and Joel Skidmore.
they match the Moby Games references. These are the two main designers and script writers. Wow.
Wow.
Shall we? Okay, sorry, I'm just thinking about a lot of possibilities. The art of this guy is okay. Yeah, this is his personal website.
Okay, so it is political, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Okay, I'm thinking about the World Gold Mine, and I think it's
Yeah, no,
something.
this is incredible. I did not expect to see this today.
Me neither. I mean, I came with a different spirit. Nothing to do with education. Wow. And heroes, and then we have the catalog. I'm liking this.
Yeah.
The test. Oh wow.
So they really know their stuff.
And I mean, they really make their way to make it accessible. I mean, this is
Yeah.
great material for children,
Exactly, yeah.
and not even children. This is cool
It's like their own mythography.
and quite accurate. It's explaining the whole myth step by step. Wow. You never know what you're going to discover with this stuff.
Anything can happen
I
on
mean,
a Sasa stream.
exactly. Yeah, you know when you start, but never when you finish.
Yeah,
So people, I mean, what can I say? Please go there, click around, and discover. I mean,
yeah,
it was impressive that when we watched the documentary the other day
yeah.
with Hellblade. But I mean,
Hellblade.
it's not comparable, but it's
No, I mean it's like you said. We need to look more into game production as well. It's an incredible blind spot for historical game studies, and
and
even more so for like ancient worlding games.
I mean, not precisely empty as you can see.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I'm just yes. This is in my markers now. Perfect. I mean, because of reasons. So,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, I'm really curious. I don't want to go away from here without asking you what is your insight about this very uncomparable game?
So wait, I'll move the screen just to two of us. My insight. This game was so much more than I thought it would be. I mean, this no, but like it's easy to joke, of course, with the 30-year-old aesthetics, but to be fair, it is like you said, an intriguing thing. Like have looking at comedy and such things, and the way the reenactment works. It just genuinely, I mean, this is a lot of fun that we had, like honestly, and more so or in a different way than we have with other games, I guess. Like we were like, it's funny, it's humorous, it's humorously educational with the website as well.
Yeah.
So I mean that I really I liked it. I'd never played this. I'd seen images of it. I've never seen someone play it. But this was, yeah, like I said, amazed. Is the word I used to describe it.
Just as a final note, I must say that I have checked the playthrough of this game several times because you get
Yeah.
stuck, you don't remember to check. It's one of those cases in which watching it is not as funny as playing it. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just enjoy this is something that you really enjoy at some point. Just like, okay, let's see what's the next thing because it's impossible to foresee it.
Hmm.
That's why, ironically or not, I recommend people to try this. And please be flexible with the graphics, although it's part of the fun.
I mean, graphics never make or break a game. I think it's
True, agreed.
the storytelling and the gameplay mechanics are more important than the graphics. Although, of course,
You know,
they're striking here, but it's. I mean, I do get like, like on the website
mhm.
it says like a Billboard called it a landmark effort in the realm of live action games, and that is wait, what? I
What?
just read now as Wrath begins its second life on the internet and as a mobile app. Can you play this on your phone? Where did
Uh,
I'm gonna look that up in the Play Store
I
now.
have never put those concepts together ever in my life in
Is,
the same sentence.
is it
What?
on? Is it on the Play Store?
Uh, this is starting to get. I don't know how to define it. Really, mobile?
Oh my god!
Don't
Oh no,
don't.
but it's another game called Wrath of the Gods. Never mind.
Okay, I mean the title is quite.
Yeah, it's. But where is it though? Where is the mobile app?
I mean, never in my life I would have guessed that we will be in the point that you are getting hooked on the lore of this game. I didn't even know that this has a lore.
No, but like it exists. Designed for iPad and iPhone.
Of this very game.
This very game.
What? Can you share screen now? I mean, I think that you are
Yeah.
hitting the button here. What?
Hang on.
The button,
Uh. Wait. Here we
Take it
go.
easy.
Nope. 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 Wait. The screen. Yes. Look.
What? Where are?
It's on designed for
Oh,
iPad. Screenshots. iPad. iPhone. It's on there. You can play it on. I can't find it in the Google Play Store.
I mean, this kind of quality is only for Apple. I mean,
Yeah. No, but good game. Enjoy. But this is last year. This is 2023.
what the hell? I thought that this was Death and Buried.
And there's developer responses from 2023.
Now I'm intrigued. Okay. Hmm.
This 23 rated. It is actively.
Reviewed actually.
Yeah, but like there's people are still talking about it.
Can you just scroll up just 1 second? Oh,
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah.
A little bit down where it says that it's free and the age a little bit down below. More.
Where?
A little bit more. Just the spot with yeah, age rating 12 plus, infrequent mild alcohol, tobacco, or drug use or references. Where mild cartoon or fantasy violence, fair enough. Mild simulated game gambling. Okay, whoa, really, man. Sorry, I was just curious about those.
Yeah, no, you're right. But developer website. That's okay. There's
Yeah,
this.
back to that.
Have some privacy policy. It's free.
Well,
Uh,
I mean,
yeah, I mean, is it on Google Play? It is on Google. Wait, why could I not find it then?
what? The?
Let me try again on my
I
phone.
had no idea this existed. I was assuming that's the problem. I was assuming, but I was assuming that no one remembered this, and this is active.
It is.
Yes,
I can't find it on. Can you find it on your phone in Google
Um,
Play?
1 second. Okay, this streaming has totally taken a U-turn, but I
Oh wait,
mean,
I found it.
what?
I found it.
Can you
Wait,
play
hang
this
on.
on your mobile phone?
Apparently, wait, look. Can you see? No, you
Not
can't
really.
really see it. Uh,
Apart from Wrath of Gods, any other keyword to find it?
MythWeb. Otherwise, you
No.
can't find it.
MythWeb.
Like, can you see if I do this? Not.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah, not really.
Ish.
No.
Oh yeah, I found it. 5 stars.
I am downloading it.
Me
I
too.
have that. I'm gonna play. Let's see what it
Okay,
does.
now this has become like two children in Christmas Day.
I mean, it is playing. I mean, it is downloading 20%.
Yeah, here too. Man, no, come on.
Yeah, you're right. We are two kids on a playground.
Yeah, absolutely. This is come on. This is like, it's like, oh, this game is alive.
It is
Really?
alive. It
What?
might.
Why?
You know what? I'm gonna blow your mind. This is the longest live service game ever in the history of antiquity gaming.
As far as I know, yeah. I mean, technically, it is.
30 years.
There is nothing to oppose to. Yeah, downloading.
Yeah. Wait. 99%.
Oh please.
100.
There's no way you can share that. Oh, well,
I mean, I
maybe.
could, but not on my laptop. I do
Okay,
have
quickly.
like this. Oh wait, can I not?
Hmm?
Should I? Can I? Yeah. Okay.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. New game. Oracle off.
Sorry.
Hardcore gamer. I mean, look at it. You can hear it.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah,
my
those
phone.
are the person scene. Wow. No man, really, people remembers this game? Then
Is
why
the
is it?
hero's path.
That's it. That's the beginning. Damn it.
Wow. And you could.
Wow.
It works well. I mean, you just walk around. It
I think that's really surprising. Why is it that our retro gamings are always with finishing with some unexpected outcome? I
this is
mean,
now. Is it a retro game? Because it's apparently.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
technically we have to change the title.
Yeah. No.
Here it is.
Look at that.
Sorry, this is the. There you go. Sorry, I won't go on because I will spend
Yeah,
hours with this.
you can play like this as well, and you can
Come on, it's really updated and it's really functional.
this is hilarious.
I mean, now, on the one hand, I must say I'm really excited because, one of the usual burdens that you have when you play retro is that you are like speaking in the desert because
Yeah.
no one's. But suddenly this is alive and kicking, and yeah, you are right. This is the longest standing game.
I'm gonna see what happens when I transport the other one over the river. How do I do that? I just grab and then
Grab a coin and just yes, click on the mouse.
okay, and then do.
Does
Okay, I'm
it
gonna
tell you
go
the
over the
sentence of
river. I am
because
old. All right, this is just a reaction stream now.
And please, people watching this streaming right now, think about the fact that here we have one of a great
Yeah.
expert on video game and critical reception, and he's just hooked and absolutely bought
We,
by a game.
so we got a necklace,
Oh yeah.
and does that do anything?
Where are you exactly?
So I over the river, and then I
Not there.
transported. So I thought you said something wrong was gonna happen or something.
Oh no, but that there you, but you are not in. That's not a. Okay, 1 second. That's where Karen is.
No, 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 not Karen. That's where. So you. Well, I'm gonna stop it. But you were asked to like choose the old lady or the
Oh yeah.
younger one to, and you said the one is the correct one and the other one isn't.
Yeah, because when you grab the young one, it's like you don't have the god's favor, and that affects the rest of the game for
Yeah,
different reasons.
something
Like they
like
don't
that.
give you the IO and so on, and it makes it
Yeah.
harder, and you
Okay.
lose points basically.
True. By the way, I see a comment by Siddharth Tripathi who's saying, "I have no context on the game, but just curious, does it really send you in the past, or at least lets you interact with what was?" Um, this game does a lot. I don't think it sends you back into the past. Lets you interact with what was. It's a mythology game, so it's not like a reconstruction of the ancient world or historically or archaeologically speaking. Um,
Actually, the very concept of reconstructing the past and offering you this very marketing concept of walk in time and walk
mm,
through the real experience of Alexandria or something like that is never existed in the 90s or before. It took the technological step of the of early 2000s just to make
mhm.
it a thing, you know.
But also, I think the digitization of scholarship as well. Like in order to reconstruct something like Alexandria, you need to have access to, the actual maps and reconstruction that scholars have made. But it's difficult to get a hold of that if or it's not impossible, of course, but
Yeah.
it's more difficult if it's not. If it's, you have to find the correct book in a dusty library somewhere.
Or create something that works well for the current eye in terms of understanding how it's a city. That's why Assassin's Creed
Hmm.
is not accurate, but really functioning for gamers. But that's a
Yeah.
discussion for totally another day.
Yeah.
Sorry.
True. All
How
right.
did we finish
Oh,
here?
sorry.
Sorry. No,
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 no, go
go
ahead.
on, please. I would never finish speaking about this after
No,
this
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
unfoldment.
ahead, please.
Sorry, no, it's just that I was wondering how the hell did we finish talking about that, starting with this game? I thought this was just going to be a funny ride, and suddenly here we are in the mobile phone. This is
We started with retro gaming and we ended up with our very first ever mobile game stream. So this
and
is
maybe more to discover because there is a lot here to dig.
yeah,
So wow,
true. I
thank you
mean,
so much for the discovery.
we could actually do a mobile game stream one day because I have like a cable that I can use, but I can't do it on a laptop. You have to have a desktop for that.
I mean,
Um,
there is my save game and my code. So if you want to be my guest, you can
yeah,
continue
true.
from where we left it.
Cake 2486 or what something. What was it?
I think
Yeah.
I copied it somewhere this morning.
Uh,
So if you want,
nice. Um, all right.
so how can
Yeah.
we close this? Sorry.
We can close this by putting the link up and having asking people to play this in their own free time. Apparently, there's no excuse for not it's free online. It's on your phone for free. There's no excuse to not play it. You can play it on the train. You can play it everywhere you go. Uh,
Pass it to your children. Let's spread the word. I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be back next week with a two-parter. Do you want to introduce what we're going to be playing?
yeah, actually, it's a pleasure again. I mean, we are from delight to delight because next week we are going to radically change the topic, but we
Yep.
are trying a game which was released this very year, if I'm right,
Or last year? I
or
think it
last year.
might have been last year. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, we are well early in the year.
It
So basically,
is
next week,
December 5th, 2023.
ooh, tight, but yeah, not even 6 months old. It's a Highland Song. Basically after Pentiment, we really got hooked by this amazing studio, so we decided to go on with their work, and it's actually their last release. Yes, December.
It's not by the Pentiment, it's the Heavens Vault studio.
Sorry, did I
Yeah.
say Pentiment? Sorry, Heaven's
No,
Vault.
it's
Yeah,
but it does look a lot like Pentiment, to be honest. But
and
it's
I mean, two people I love, but yeah, you're right. So So basically, it's going to be a Highland Song next week, 2 parts, and hopefully so, because that game is really rich and really enticing for everything I have read. But it's going to be a brand discovery for both of us because none of us has ever played it. So just like Pentiment, but double, it's going to be a discovery for the two of us.
Yeah.
So,
All
so
right, and so there won't be any Sunday streams because Kate and Jacob finished their Total War campaign, but they will be continuing that into the future, but just in a couple weeks or months time. So, yeah, thank you for being in the chat. Thank you, Max, and have a good weekend as well. Thank you, David, for introducing us to this game of 30 years old that is still being updated. I mean, being
well,
talked about today. And that we obviously can't. We will never shut up about this. I mean, every single game we play, we're gonna mention this somewhere.
I really hope so. Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, Siddharth, as well for
Oh yeah.
joining. And
Yeah.
yeah, have a nice weekend wherever you are.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.